Hey guys, before we get things rolling, I just wanted to let you know that we're doing a bit of a promotion with the folks here at Flock Designs. They make this fun little pithy shirt as well as a bunch of other stuff. They got mugs and stuff like that. So if you order with the promo code Popcorn15, you get 15% off. And then we get a little piece of that. Helps support the show. So yeah, that'd be great. I'll throw their info down in the show notes and enjoy. Hey everybody, and welcome to Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I am Frank.
And I'm Peter.
And today we're going to be talking about Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Before we do that, I was just going to say that when we got we got his name out of the bucket, it's kind of tough because I have some mixed emotions about this boy.
No, I do too.
So, hey, just thanks everyone for subscribing and checking out the podcast and merch and this Instagram and Facebook and comments and all that kind of stuff. So your participation is almost as much fun as doing this. In fact, your participation takes the edge off of this. As many buffers as possible. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to give me something to think about.
Yeah. I was thinking of this. Sometimes it's a phenomenon. A movie may do well, and so they decide, oh, let's try to do a TV series because this TV series is doing well. Let's make a movie out of it. Because it's actually gone either way, like a TV adaptation.
That's either gone well or not well or whatever.
However,
yeah. All right, cool. All right, yeah. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's do Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. You want me to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
As
we said very briefly, when picked his name out of the bucket, there is a name of an actor, and you go, yes, this actor is going to be tough to do because they've got a lot to pick from, a lot of good things to pick from. When we picked Adam Sandler's name out, it's tough, but for maybe a different reason.
Well, it's just, you know what it is?
Yeah.
He's,
boy.
Broadly, I would just say I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother. Like, that's the worst thing. She never got mad at me. She's just a little disappointed, Frankie.
Yeah. There are times where his humor can work. And there are times when, for lack of a better term, and I really don't like using this word, lazy. He can get very lazy.
Complacent. Would be a nice way to
but he goes back to the well so many times, and it could have worked once, maybe twice, 30 plus years ago. And you just get to a point where you say to yourself, the man-child act doesn't really work anymore.
You're 50.
It doesn't work anymore. Now, I have
He's got
faith.
Nuggets.
I have faith
bits and pieces
that he can do better because we've seen him do some things, and we've seen him do even, we've seen him do drama. Some of those work, some don't, but some of those work. Just like the comedy, when he gets too comfortable, too complacent,
needs to make a boat payment.
He just starts revisiting a lot of the same stuff. So let me just say. So
all right. All that being said,
I can remember Adam Sandler because I used to watch a game show called Remote Control on MTV. I used to love this little game show. It was one of the few at the time, one of the few non-music video portions of MTV.
Yeah.
It was still
It was
almost
this was their,
all
like, one of
music
their
still.
first like shows.
It was the first
where they
foray
started,
into something else,
which
still based on music and TV and that sort of stuff.
but it was like
it was a
it's-
game show.
Yeah, but it started a path that
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
a few
it went
years later
it
it'd be
went
just
the
like,
wrong way.
oh, you guys used to play music videos?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
TV.
there was a show.
We are
and-
coming up on the anniversary of
Are we?
yeah.
Okay.
Of MTV. Because it was
It's got to
in,
be 40 years or something.
yeah, it's the
right?
beginning of August in 1981. So like
It is. It's 40 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I saw an ad. There's this quick little commercial. I don't know where it was. Just a quick little ad somewhere on social media. It was Martha Quinn,
Well, great, yeah.
and it was just like, oh, and it was something about my fellow, original VJs. But in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, it was like whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but it was sponsored by AARP. It was like,
Ooh,
wow,
that hurts.
that's a punch in my very old face.
That hurts.
Yeah.
I get it though.
But Martha Quinn looked great. She's always been adorable. Love her.
So, so back on MTV, there was a show.
Yes.
This is not one of my picks, but in their game show called Remote Control, it was hosted by a guy named Ken Ober,
Yeah.
who died young. He just had a heart attack. Anyway, but there was some people besides like a game show, whatever you want to call like the host. I don't know, the person who would be like the sidekick. That would change, but Ken Ober was like the host. Then there was like a little bit of a female sidekick thing, but he would have other people kind of go in and out to do skits, to do a couple of characters, and those were basically like Colin Quinn, Dennis Leary, and a very young Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And I used to like that sort of stuff. But it was great. I mean, he was probably 20 years older at the time.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe even 19 for
Yeah.
all I know. I couldn't even tell you. But, it was funny, and it still had like that youthful irreverence that MTV was trying to, push.
Well, it was new, and there was nothing else like it.
Got it.
It was a game show for like teenagers. It was all about pop culture, and when the answer to something is underdog, you're just like you're psyched because yes, this is a game.
I knew that answer.
Well, this is a game show that I know the answers to.
Right.
You're gonna ask me questions about the Super Friends. Fuck yes, I'm in.
So that was the first time I saw him, and then obviously he made a couple of TV appearances maybe here or there, and then he made the jump to Saturday Night Live, and he did well. But there's a couple of those characters got to be a little one note and that sort of thing. He's able to do some movies, and there was a time and a place where you say, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, okay, you're fine. But when you start doing it over and over and over
that I think
again,
is the disappointment.
that's the disappointment.
So what's one that you like?
So so we're going from those. Now I didn't mind. I think I liked let's say Happy Gilmore a little better than Billy Madison, but even so. So let me just start off by saying one of the comedies that I liked, which is also a rom-com, would be The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
That one is one I do like that. I appreciate that. I appreciate what he does, what he brings, but also the chemistry, the on-screen chemistry that there is between him and Drew Barrymore. So that's good. And once again, he'll go back to a lot of the same co-stars. So in that sense, he is a faithful friend, and he does use a lot of people a lot, and maybe gives them, I don't want to say because it's their only source, but he gives them a payday, and that's fine, and I applaud him, and I applaud him for that. Some of those don't work either, but that's beside the point. But I enjoyed Wedding Singer. Like I said, there's a certain, it's a little, this is ridiculous for me to say, he brings a little more maturity and something like that than, say, Billy Madison or what is it, The Water Boy or whatever else. But I like it because he actually there is another person in the movie.
Well, it's like
that
Billy
he can
Madison.
work off of as opposed to work around.
Right, but you've got like Billy Madison, you've got the Water Boy, and then there's what was the other one that you
Like
mentioned?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Those are the same movie.
Oh
okay?
yeah. Oh,
And
definitely.
it's just like
And he's had
okay,
some that have even gone worse.
right?
from there.
You know, Little Nicky. So
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
definitely.
but then you get him doing something like
When-
Wedding Singer
when he
that
can-
has some heart and it's a
You
good
got
story. He doesn't need to do a stupid voice.
he doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and if he's
and-
got a shtick, it's because he's a wedding singer.
Right,
And he can
but that's
play that,
it's
and
just
that's
like, but
why-
that's his character. Like
And
his
that character is fine.
right.
There's
It's a real
nothing-
character.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know what I
not
mean?
some weird caricature that
Right.
he did in his parents' basement writing down when he was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. What's your next one?
All right, so Wedding Singer would be one on my list. He's tried a couple of times drama or more dramatic than
Yeah.
straight comedy, and some of those may not have worked as well or whatever. But one that I like, it's still comedy, but it's not that kind of comedy. It's also dramatic, and that's the Meyerowitz stories.
Oh yeah.
It's got a longer title. It's like Meyerowitz stories, new
Yeah,
and collected,
yeah, yeah.
or new
Right.
and selected, or whatever. But that's the thing. It's a Noah Baumbach
Yeah.
movie, and if one of my favorite movies is Squid and the Whale, and which is another one.
Yeah.
And just like the father in that movie, which we
Yeah.
picked before, there's a lot of similarity in the father, which is wonderfully played by Dustin Hoffman, and it's this not so great relationship with his children, and he's in a time of need, and his 3 adult children from 2 different wives, and so the oldest one is played by Adam Sandler, and I don't remember what it. Danny. Danny's the oldest one, and then there's Elizabeth Marvel plays the daughter, and then the last child, the 3rd child, who's from a different mother, is Ben Stiller, and they're all very good in this movie. And there's a great there's like a I don't know how to describe this. There's like a great chemistry by not being a comfortable chemistry between Adam Sandler and Dustin Hoffman, and between Adam Sandler and the Ben Stiller brother character, because Ben Stiller's a little younger, so that childhood might been a little better.
Yeah. But he doesn't have to do like the
You got
stupid
it. You
the
got
voice, the even
It's the comedy. It's a much different style of comedy, and he's very capable of doing a role like this.
yeah,
And
he really is.
And it's a wonder. I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed Ben Stiller's performance. I enjoyed Elizabeth Marvel. I loved, everybody's performance in there. Emma Thompson's great in this movie. As the alcoholic, most recent wife of the father. Well, I don't know what number she is, but anyway, it's wonderful. There's crazy family dynamics, but everybody's dealing with their own baggage and their own youth. But Adam Sandler, we see him, and I'm stuck right now. Grace Van Patten, maybe? He has a college-age daughter, Adam Sandler does in the movie, and you sense that he is a much better father than what his father was, and he's very close to this daughter, and she's going to go away, not too far, but she's going to go away to college, and it's an artistic family, and there were some hopes and dreams pinned on some of the children and didn't come to fruition. You know, there's things like that. There's a lot of topics in there, and he does it very well. And and so when I see a movie like that one,
You're just like,
well, what the hell have you been doing?
Exactly.
You can say he's in a position to say, no, I don't want to do that again. I can do this. Yeah. Oh, exactly. And so that's what gets to be frustrating. And this is not. Well, I'm not dumping on the man. I might be dumping on some choices.
Dump on the man.
No. I mean, I'm not dumping on his talent. I'm dumping on some choices. And because we've seen it, he can do it when he needs to or wants to, or when he has enough faith in a different director, a different writer, whatever it is. And so I really liked that performance. My third pick will be one definitely dramatic. It's a crime thriller, if you want to call it that. It's a thriller, though. Tension gets cranked up a little bit in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
He's, once again, oh my God, he's perfect for this role. And how often do you say that? He's perfect for the role.
Yeah.
He's perfect for this role, though. He's what do you want to call him? Well, he's a Jewish jeweler in New York. It's part of a long-standing tradition in New York. There's some jewelry houses and that sort of stuff, and he's in that tradition and he's working. What sets him apart is that he's reckless. He makes bad decisions. He's out of control gambler.
Yeah.
He's got an addiction problem. He's got a wonderful wife, and he just has no problem cheating on her. And I don't even know how good of a lover he is to his mistress. Like he's not very good to. It's not like he's finding solace anywhere. He's messing up a lot of stuff in a lot of ways, and it brings it right there, right in front of you, lays it at your doorstep, and you go, damn, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great performance.
Oh,
and you want to reach out and slap him and go, what the hell have you been doing there?
That's the thing. That's what frustrates me so
Very
much about it. Uncut Gems, great. It didn't make my 3, though. Okay?
No, I understand that because he does have some.
But that's the thing. It's just, there's some stuff there, and he is. I'm not saying that he's got to go and do straight drama stuff.
Right? He doesn't have to do Hamlet.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy too.
Apparently.
I met him once. He came to a movie. Here we go. I've worked in a movie theater, and he came
to work in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And you saw him at the movie theater?
You know what it was? He was shooting. This is in Massachusetts. He was shooting grown-ups.
He shoots a lot there, too.
Right? He was shooting grown-ups.
Yeah.
And working in this theater, and he came to see a late showing. No, he came to see The Proposal.
Jack and Jill.
No, he came to see The Proposal.
Very good.
Right?
Okay.
And so, but he just looked like any other guy who's been working since 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm sure he was too.
Right, but the thing is, just like, I've been working since 4 in the morning. My wife wanted to go to a movie, so he and his wife came in. So at one point, it's the last movie of the night. I'm like the last one there. Like, okay, I gotta close up the place. And he comes out, like, go to the men's room or something like that. I'm like, how's the movie? He goes, it's pretty good. Ryan Reynolds is a funny guy. Blah blah blah. Just nice to chat to. Did his thing. Went back to his movie. He's like, thanks a lot. I'm like, hey, enjoy. Just a perfectly nice guy.
And he's one of those guys, and I'm not saying that this is the telltale sign, but there are people who you don't hear bad things, gossip.
Right. He's one of those guys.
He's one of those guys who doesn't get his name out there for the wrong reasons.
The biggest complaint you get about him is the exact complaint that we have. It's just like, you can do Uncut Gems. You can do Punch Drunk Love, which is one of mine. Okay,
Which
Punch
is
Drunk
fine.
Love.
Yeah,
Great movie.
because he
He's
tries
great
that.
in it,
Yeah,
and
he has to work, which is
he
a
has
great
to
thing.
work, but it's fantastic because you're just like, oh, is he going to be able to do this? And
Right.
it was one of his more serious
It
movies.
was one of the first ones
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
And I just remember people going, oh, that sucked. I'm like, well, yeah, you think it sucked because he wasn't acting like an idiot in a hockey shirt.
Or he didn't
So,
have his finger
he
up
gets
his
it
nose.
right,
and
exactly.
fart
But
jokes.
he was great in it. He's just this sad sack, and he's like constantly berated by his sisters, and he's trying to have a life, and he's just not doing a great job. But you felt it. You're just like, wow, Adam Sandler can do great stuff. And it's, and then he shows up in Spanglish, which was great. A lot of fun in that one. But
I don't think it was as good as.
No, I don't think it was
Yeah.
either. But it was, okay, you're going to play
He's
an
trying.
adult
Exactly.
in a movie where you're not acting like a jackass.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then it's...
Oh, you're 45 years old and you have to repeat the 4th grade. Oh my God, is this what we're doing again? Or
And that's
whatever.
not to say that Billy Madison and...
Yeah, they have their place.
They have their place and they have their thing, but, grow a little bit. Come back. You could even say that going from Billy Madison to Grown Ups is a little bit of growth. But when you've done Billy Madison and then you go and,
Yeah,
you
15 iterations of the same thing.
Exactly. But then you've got Wedding Singer.
Right.
It's just Wedding Singer is great. It's just like, wow, that had heart. It was funny. I say, yeah, it had heart because I didn't do that on purpose.
Oh.
I'm not a big puns guy. So, but that was just like, yeah, this was great. It showed off his humor and it showed off some heart. I gotta stop doing that. But and it was great.
It was carried well.
Yeah. So fantastic. But
Yeah.
then it's just like, oh, we get little Nicky, and that's bullshit. And then we get Mr. G,
Jack
and
and
that was bullshit.
Jill.
Jack and
Oh my
Jill. It's like,
God.
what are you doing?
That's
but then you
that's
see
a crime
some,
against humanity.
but then you see him do something like Big Daddy, where he gets to really rise. Big Daddy's
Is
my
Big
third
Daddy
one.
one of your picks?
Yeah. So
Wait a minute, your third one?
yeah, because
Who's-
Wedding Singer's my second
Wait a
one.
minute.
We
what was your-
overlap.
What was?
Punch Drunk Love.
Oh, Punch Drunk Love. I forgot.
Wedding
We were
Singer.
jumping around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Wedding Singer and Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Where
Yeah.
he's just like, oh, this is a great movie. It's almost instructive for Adam Sandler because
Yes. Yes.
right? It's just like go back and watch that movie because this is the movie where you act like an idiot and then circumstances contrive to force you to be a grown up because there's other people involved in your life and you've got to raise this kid. And it's your opportunity to be a grown-up. And hey, look at this. Oh my God, big surprise. You're capable of being the grown-up.
You can
And
do
that's
it.
the arc in that.
Yeah.
And that really should have been the arc
In his whole career.
in his whole career.
Yeah.
But then you go and you just like, it's like Hubie's Halloween. I watched it only because like I was in Marblehead and the North Shore and in Salem, Mass when he's filming it. So it's just like, all right. And a lot of the extras I know, like I can pick out a dozen people watching that movie. But I couldn't get 20 minutes into that movie because do you know what he didn't need to do? He didn't need to do the voice.
Oh yeah.
He didn't need to do the voice. Without the voice, that movie would have been a little bit better. Because then it's just this little madcap comedy. But like, why are you doing the stupid voice, dude?
Like that little Nicky.
So,
like just sticking,
right? It's
sticking
just-
cats in a bag and swinging them over that voice, that sound. It's like it's not.
It's just not necessary.
You got
I
it.
just don't understand it. And that's why I said when we took out his ticket,
Yeah, it was tough.
it was tough because it's
Yeah.
just like, I like him a lot. And I
he's
just
capable.
want to see.
It's not like he's somebody.
Do better. You know what? Just you don't have to do better. Do what we know you're capable of.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems, perfect
you,
example.
You know, the other thing is, even if he doesn't want to, I have a feeling he likes to be active. But even if he just said, maybe this is the time where less is more. Maybe I'll do one movie every 2 years, be a little more selective, work at this process or something. You don't need to just feel like I got to keep my name out there and every
he
year.
doesn't need to just.
No,
I
he
mean,
doesn't.
there are some actors. There are some actors out there who are just, you know what? I'm going to be a clown, and that's what I'm going to do. That's my bread and butter, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it until they ask me to not
That's
do it.
right.
Ask me to
Or
not
they
do it
stop
anymore.
calling me.
Or they stop calling me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Meanwhile, he does something like Uncut Gems,
And you're
it's
like,
just
oh my
holy
God.
crap! Like,
Yeah.
and then you, like, I don't even know what he's got coming up next.
I couldn't tell you either.
But
You know, I'm going to digress just for a second. Even when he was on TV, Saturday Night Live, those characters could get a little irritating, just like some of the movie characters. But what he has made a contribution, and I will say, the fact that he wrote and performed the Hanukkah song. It's a wonderful thing because you know what? It's very good, and it fits a little thing that nobody had, other than an old traditional. Nobody's had a modern,
Fun
Hanukkah song
Right.
for kids. For in his case, as he says, Jewish kids, we didn't have this girl, so. He gets it, and that little contribution is wonderful.
But you know what,
and
though?
we've seen talent from him.
That's great. Name one other notable sketch that he did on Saturday Night Live.
No, I can't.
You can't.
No.
To me, he's sort of like the precursor to like Pete Davidson on Saturday. Because you look at Pete Davidson, like, what are you doing? What are you doing except grinning like a goddamn idiot?
And I have no idea. I don't know about behind the scenes stuff and workings, but I just remember that what you used to hear was that I don't know if fired is the right word, but he was asked not to come back from Saturday Night Live. I mean, that's
But
what he was asked. So I'm thinking, what was he doing that wasn't working or driving them crazy?
Yeah, who
Because he
knows?
was probably doing the same thing, and maybe they just had enough. I don't know.
I don't know because I cannot. I can't think of an Adam aside from the Hanukkah song. I can't think of anything else from his time on Saturday Night.
I know he did like an opera singer guy, but that was like literally.
Yeah, but you know what? That's one of those
note
things.
joke.
Right, but that's one of those things where I would like right now. I was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but it would be like, if you had a remote, you would have been.
But like what?
I know.
It's just like you just want to see better stuff from him.
I want you to have fun, Adam Sandler. If you want to do comedy.
But dude,
but consider some more dramatic stuff.
Yeah,
because
or just some better stuff.
Yeah, better. Yeah, we know you're capable.
Don't mess with the Zohan. Don't make the movie about the Zohan. How about that?
Yeah, that would be better.
Anyway. What?
And then you end up. This always like begs the question: was Grown Ups that great a movie that you had to do Grown Ups too?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So why inflict?
But it's less. But I'll tell you, it's less annoying than something like Hubie's Halloween.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's just like
no, I know it.
I don't know. Anyway. TV adaptations.
We had a question. Yes, we had a question.
TV adaptations.
Wow.
Huh?
Yeah.
I actually.
I'm sorry if we started to get a little.
No. You know, we're not. The
bucket spoke.
The bucket speaks. The bucket speaks. So, TV adaptations. One actually did come to mind. MASH.
Oh yeah.
That got all three. That got a movie. That got a book. That got
and
TV.
a potato too.
Yeah. So and a potato. So
and the dance too.
So that was. You done?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
TV that they did like Starsky and Hutch. I thought was a pretty funny movie that they did.
There was that one. Yeah. There was a couple of those.
That more of a parody than anything else.
No, definitely.
I thought the Miami Vice movie.
Yeah.
They did the wrong thing with that. The Miami Vice movie should have been Jamie Foxx, who was in it, but he was serious in it. But it should have been Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
That's who should have been in Miami Vice, and it should have gotten the Starsky and Hutch treatment. Because that's what that should have been. Because to take Miami Vice, which was a snapshot of a time and a place It was a show about its time, and the fashion, the music, the stories, they were right there. And the only way that you really should try to quote unquote honor it or put its title on a movie would have to be as a parody, which then becomes a celebration of it. Whereas what they did with it was just, okay, it's a cop movie set in Miami.
Yeah.
And let's put Miami Vice on it because that's got built-in name recognition.
You got it.
That's it.
You got it.
So there's nothing really there.
Yeah.
Charlie's Angels, I thought, got like two good movies. I don't know. Like I enjoyed the Drew Barrymore Charlie's Angels one. The second one more than the first, but I thought they had more fun with the second one than they did in the first one. The first one, it wasn't clear how much fun.
They weren't sure. Yeah.
How much fun should we have?
Yeah, exactly.
With this. So, but the second one, they're just like, we're just gonna have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we're just gonna do it.
That was good. What do you think?
There obviously, like when a movie does well, MASH.
Yeah.
You know, there's always the opportunity. Hey, maybe we can parlay this into something else, a TV show.
Parenthood
Series.
did it.
I was going to say Parenthood
Did
didn't do well. The Parenthood, the movie, was great. They tried to do it as a TV show.
Yeah.
Didn't do well. Then it would just kind of lay dormant for who knows how long.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was cool.
But then they did a second Parenthood, and that one worked out. Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie worked well as a TV series.
Which was so good. Did you ever watch that?
I did.
Really good.
Yeah, I used to. I liked it a lot. I'm not going to say I was like, loved it, big cult following.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I liked it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I know were really into that one. So there was one that like didn't work. Well, that going the other way. Yeah. Well, the first one or two movies, but then
yeah, some of them have been hit or miss.
They just kind of hung on too long in a way. I think. Not the actors in it, the whole thing.
Well, yeah, and then they rebooted, They did Next Generation.
But they
so much.
There was that weird phenomenon when it did well, and if there was a movie that did well, we'll just try to cash in right away. Animal House. There was a short attempt at a TV series.
Vaguely familiar, yeah.
And there's another funny phenomenon. I just thought of this one. Okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off did wonderful. Had its own following as a movie. Wonderful. So they figure, we can tap into the same teen audience. So they come out with Ferris Bueller's Day Off as a series.
Did they really?
Did terrible.
I don't even remember that.
So the same time that one comes out, whatever network that was on, one of the rival networks goes, we got to jump on the bandwagon too. And so their look-alike copycat show was a lot better and more successful for at least a couple
What was
seasons.
it? Square Pegs?
Parker Lewis Can't Fail.
Oh, yeah. Parker Lewis Can't, I think it was Can't Lose. Was it Fail or
Can't Lose? It could be Can't Lose. It was
yeah.
Can't Lose.
I remember that.
So, like, that one lasted at least a season longer than the knockoff.
Yeah. The Parker Lewis show, that was really funny because I always used to think that his friendship with that teacher, with the hot teacher, was like this.
I didn't see the show, but I knew what was going on.
Yeah, that was just kind of like, what is happening here?
Yeah. And then well, like when a TV show is successful, they're going to try to, move out of the 25-minute long or the 48-minute long, show and try to make a movie out of it. Sometimes the X-Files did a movie. That first one.
Yeah, but you know what though?
I liked the movie, not nearly as much as the TV
The
show.
X-Files though, I think the X-Files with the movie as well as and more so with the TV show, they just painted themselves into so many different corners. Like, so you get to a movie and you're just like, all right, we're gonna figure out what's going on here, and it's just like,
Yeah, well,
where are all my answers?
If we hadn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like they just, I think they were disappointing in that way.
Yeah, I didn't mind the movie because I loved those big TV fans, so I wasn't disappointed.
And then all the Star Wars stuff, going from movies to TV and stuff like that, has been, I think, really great.
Oh, great! Yes, I was going to say, well, this for you?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Those have been really, not really adaptations, but
some
I mean,
are just
sort of
great.
broadening the world,
which
I think has been fantastic.
Continuation of stuff. Yeah, very good. Yeah, some stuff. Some I think try to catch lightning in a bottle, without really thinking about what they're going to do. They just use the title. Oh, we got the title. Let's just figure something out here.
Well, they've done like with Downton Abbey. That's got a movie and another one on the way, I think. Sex and the City, same thing.
Yeah.
So, but now it's really interesting what they're doing. They'll take properties, and now they're doing a lot more with, like, let's play with time. There's like they go back. Like The Sopranos is doing that. Game of Thrones is doing that.
Yeah, you just move
so
you
just play around. And what Star Wars has done great is just find these little like pockets of time.
Yeah, you got it.
And it's just, one line about, getting the plans to the Death Star.
Yeah, and you got
it's just like, let's make a movie about that, At some point we're gonna meet those Bothans who got who got the plans to the second Death Star.
Right.
So
but the whole thing, it's like, we'll do this movie and we're gonna have it end 2 seconds before episode 4 starts. Wow, that's going to be pretty cool.
It was fantastic. It was brilliant. Yeah. And it adds so much. It really does, because then if you're able to watch, you just jump right into episode 4.
You got it.
You're like, oh my God, these guys are still friends.
Oh, is this where Rogue One ends?
Because 5 minutes ago, Vader was in the hallway.
You got it. He was walking down the hall.
So
it's great how
there've been
things can work and feed off each other and other stuff. It's like, well. But though, like you said, MASH probably was the most successful to go with the run, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer was actually bigger as a TV show.
Oh
than
yeah,
it came
it
from
was
the movie,
which
was fine. There's nothing wrong with the movie. The movie was good enough to spawn it. So, but
good stuff.
All righty.
All right, who's next?
Adam Sandler, Part 2.
All right, that's good. It's Kevin James. No, I'm kidding.
You got me.
Just go through and dub out Adam Sandler's name and put in. It's really disappointing that Kevin James can do better stuff, but although I don't think Kevin James is really capable of better stuff. I think he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. He's
So, all right, folks. Hey, thanks a lot for all your time spent with us and all that. Like and subscribe, podcast and Instagram and Facebook and merch and all that good stuff. Again, I'm out of coffee, but that's the way it is. So we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.